Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our JavaScript course. JavaScript, a very exciting programming language to learn, and one of the best programming language to learn, especially as a beginner, because HTML and CSS, some people they talk say these ones no be real programming language, but JavaScript na real programming language, as real as it gets. But even though my real programming language is still very easy to learn. Now, why if you want start your coding journey, even if you won't go into other advanced programming languages, it's always good to start with something like JavaScript. And if now web design or web development you want enter into, then JavaScript is the best language for you to learn. No website where you see out there today, we know they use JavaScript. Usually we use JavaScript to code our front end and to make them interactive, to bring up alive. So don't be one boring page where say we just the school, they read only text. But JavaScript go make them they responsive, go make up they conditionally responsive so that if it displays some kind styles, only if your users take certain actions. But nowadays, JavaScript don't go far more than just front end. We also they use them on the back end with Node.js. Of course, before you use them, maybe on the front end or on the back end, you guys know waiting it be. You guys know how to write them. Now why? For this course, we go discuss the fundamentals of JavaScript. You go learn how to write if statements. You go learn how to write variables, how to work with different kind of data types, including arrays and objects. You go learn switch statements. You go learn everything where you need to learn to become a solid JavaScript developer. Fun fact, you fit also use JavaScript to make desktop applications. In fact, the most popular code editor today will be VS Code. Now JavaScript they take write am. Now normally, if we dey use JavaScript for our website, front end or back end, we go guys write them for the same folder as our HTML and CSS file. Then we go upload them to our server, and at the server go dey run our code whenever users visit our website. But today, we know they build any website. We just they do interactive lessons. So we go need to run JavaScript by ourselves. But the good news must say you no need to download JavaScript. If you learn programming language like Python now, you go need to install Python on your system. But with JavaScript, you no need to install them because JavaScript they every browser already. So plenty options there will we use for our lessons just to practice and to see the output of our code. We feel use normal VS Code. And if you want, you feel they use VS Code yourself. But the thing with VS Code now say, they always try do things for you. You go try complete the code for you. Sometimes it go even try help you write the entire code, which is not good as a beginner because as a beginner, you need to practice. And for this video, as you watch this tutorial, you need to practice and you always do things yourself. They write the code as I they write them. Even if you don't get computer, even if you don't get code editor, use your phone, write the code on your phone. So we don't go use VS Code for this course. Secondly, we fit use the JavaScript developer tools where they available on Chrome. Most people don't know this, but the Chrome developer tools where they inside your Chrome browser, if you allow you write JavaScript directly and you go fit see the output of your code as well. How you go take access this one and say you go right click and then you go click inspect, or if you just press Ctrl Shift and I, now it will carry you go the developer tools. Now these developer tools, now you go click console and here you could fit the write your code for these arrows. If you write warnings for you above, but no need for you to pay attention to them. If you want start your developer tools on a fresh page, if you just do this about :blank, it will carry you go blank web page. Then you can't inspect, can't start the write for your developer tools. Yeah, if you write JavaScript code, but if you get large block of codes, go dey convenient for you to type and go dey convenient for you to keep up. Now why we no go use this one as well? If you use one if you like, but waiting me I go to use now waiting with the call code pen. To use I'm just visit this website where you see for the screen. Click pen and it will carry you come here. Now we go see HTML, CSS and JavaScript, but we only dey interested in JavaScript. So just shift these two to the side and then you will fill out your JavaScript code here and see the output in this console below. For instance, if I write this simple code, console.log, you go log my output for here. And na wetin you go use for most of our lessons be this. Now, before we go into the lesson itself, I also want to tell you two more things. First, don't be afraid to go slowly. It no matter how long it take for you to learn this thing, as long as you gradually learn am. In fact, if you go slow and you learn am patiently, you go sabi more. You go sabi more than the person wey person just dey go fast, just dey go fast. You no practice, you no type, you just dey watch video, you no take in time. If something no dey clear to you, take your time to rewatch. Pause the video. There's no need to rush. Second thing wey I wan tell you na say learning programming no dey always dey linear. Wetin I mean by linear? You mean say you no fit expect to just dey get everything at once, understand everything at once. E dey possible, but you no fit expect that kind thing, because a lot of times you go reach one place wey be say everything go just scatter for your head. You go look like magic. Wetin be this? At that point, slow down, rewind, rewatch as many times as possible. Ask your friends, ask Google, ask ChatGPT questions. Say, I dey watch this tutorial, this part I no understand am. If you just clarify am to me, you should do all these things, It's supposed to dey clear to you. And then, even if you know dey clear to you, no fear. At this point, wetin I dey always advise people to do na say, continue. Regardless of the fact that you no fully understand, still continue. Na the best thing about programming be that. Sometimes, as you dey learn more advanced concept, e dey make the smaller concept wey you learn before, e dey make am dey even easier to learn. So you go look say, oh, I no understand this one. How I go take understand this more complicated one? Well, by the time wey you dey learn that more complicated one, you go see how we dey use the basic stuff wey we don learn before, how we dey use am inside more advanced code, and you go come make am very clear say, oh, so now why we dey do wetin we dey do be this. So now, when you don understand these things, we should come move on to our programming lesson, JavaScript full tutorial. Welcome. We go begin with comments. Yes, we dey start simple. We go begin with comment. How to write comment in JavaScript. Why do we write comment in JavaScript? We dey write comments for JavaScript to make sure say we understand wetin our code dey do. So if you come across code, even production code for all these big companies, you go dey see comments. La description, commentary. Wey dey no be the code o. We just dey try describe wetin the code dey do, because sometimes wetin you think say dey obvious no go dey obvious. Sometimes you go leave your code for years, you go come back, everything go all scatter for your head. And then sometimes, most times, like 99% of the time, no be only you go dey work on code. Una go dey work on the same code block together. So other people wey no be you need to understand which you dey try achieve with certain parts of your code. Now, why would they use comments? Now, we get two different kind of comments for JavaScript. We get inline comments and we get multi-line comments. Inline comment now just comment with the day on one line. This now the way we say we dey write inline comment. You will write slash. So anything we dey in front of this slash, the browser or anything where they use run your code could load say this thing not the actual code o, na just comments. If you write your comment in front of the code, if you write your inline comment in front of the code. So let's say we get this example code. No concern yourself with wetin this code mean for now. Just example code. Now we go come write slash in front to write comment to describe wetin this code they do. But since the inline comment with this, now only one line our comments dey. If we go to another line, anything will be write from here on now code. If you want write another comment, people guys add another slash. But if you get long comment, you say you know if you stay on just one line. Now where would you use multi-line comments be that? Now how would you write and be this? /* then */. So anything with the in between this / and star, and then this star and /. Everything with the in between the two asterisks, my comments. And if you put them anywhere, if you put them on the 100th line, and then anything with the in between them could be comments. And then after this last asterisk and /, You mean say you don't end your comment with that. So anything after he could become code again. Now we could enter JavaScript proper. We could begin with the most basic building block of code. We could begin with variables.